and I'm going to go over all of the important details you need to know about Dynasty. And if you don't want to miss out on the other upcoming videos on this channel for College Football 25, like the gameplay we're going to be getting soon and the Road to Glory deep dive, make sure to subscribe and turn the bell icon on so you don't miss any of those uploads. Trying to get to 600k subs before the release of this game, and if everybody watching just subscribed, we could hit that number in a few days. So there's three big pillars to Dynasty mode for College Football 25. Build your coach, build your program, and deliver the world of college football. So let's start with building your coach. EA met with college coaches and experts to break down real-life coaches, and they said this. What we found was that both current and former coaches broadly fit into three main categories. Some are incredible recruiters, while others are motivators who maximize the potential of their players. And lastly, tacticians out-scheme their opponents with on-field X's and O's. There were also a number of coaches who were more of a hybrid between two categories, but two things were loud and clear. No coach was great at everything, and there is no single path to being a great coach. All of our research and discussions led us to build a coach experience centered around three goals. No coach can be great at everything. There's a rock, paper, scissors relationship between coach types with no dominant progression path, and coordinators and how you build your staff matter. So let's start with coach progression. Progressing your coach starts with playing games. As you play, you will complete coach goals that award XP. Once you earn enough XP, you will level up your coach to a maximum level of 50 and be awarded coach points. Coach points can be spent to upgrade your coach's ability. More on that later. There are 4 coach XP goal categories that can be single game, weekly, season, or career goals. You've got the draft, you've got game, you've got recruiting, and you've got stats. I will leave this up on the screen so you can read what each thing does, but for sake of making this video not so long, we're going to keep it moving. You'll be able to check your completed goals as well as your progression towards certain goals. If you complete a goal in game, there will be an on-screen notification. There's also 5 progression speed settings so you can modify how fast coaches progress in your dynasty. Coach archetypes. The archetype system is similar to your traditional RPG classes where all of your party members have a specific class or archetype and role. To be successful, everyone must work together. It says here, our system is no different. All coaches will start with the base class or coach archetype, which can be thought of as a special ability in a traditional RPG. Just like our real life coaches, the base archetypes fall into 3 categories: recruiting, motivation, and scheme. From your base archetype, you can progress in multiple ways. You can become an expert in a single category like recruiting, where you become an elite recruiter and excel on the recruiting trail. Alternatively, you can become a hybrid coach who is strong in multiple areas. For example, a talent developer who is great at both talent acquisition, which is recruiting, and player development, which is motivation. The ultimate goal is to become a program builder or CEO atop the world of college football. Achieving an elite archetype like program builder or CEO is a combination of on-field success and ability progression. There is no single formula to reach these statuses. You will be able to mix and match different ability combinations and progression paths, leading to strong customization. In today, there are 11 different archetypes, each with their own focuses and perks. Together, they form a rock, paper, and scissors relationship where there is no dominant archetype. While there is no doubt that talent acquisition is the most important thing in college football, focusing solely on recruiting can leave you vulnerable in other areas. With that being said, remember that no coach can be great at everything. So how do you upgrade your archetypes and what does it do? Each archetype requires specific prerequisites and objectives to be met before they can be purchased. For instance, to become an elite recruiter, you need to invest 50 coach points in the recruiter archetype and sign 2 top 5 recruiting classes. Once these criteria are fulfilled, you can unlock the archetype using coach points. When creating your coach, you choose your starting archetype, with the other 2 becoming available for purchase without additional requirements. And just so we're clear, when they say purchase, they mean with coach points. This isn't a microtransaction thing. It just means with the different points you earn from completing goals inside of your dynasty. Unlocking an archetype provides access to new abilities and enhances your opportunities in the coaching carousel. Each archetype offers a unique perk when active. For example, the tactician archetype grants the winner perk, which awards additional coach XP for every game won. Your active archetype is automatically determined. If you own the program builder or CEO archetypes, they remain active regardless of your spending in other archetypes. Track your progress in the coach ability screen where you can view unlock requirements, perks, and your advancement in each archetype. As you allocate coach points across archetypes, the spider graph in the center of the screen reflects your coach's evolving profile. How do the abilities work? Once you own an archetype, you can purchase the abilities within it. The game is introducing more than 50 coach abilities. Each ability can have up to 4 tiers, and every tier has a purchase cost associated with it. Every archetype, with the exception of Scheme Guru, Program Builder, and CEO, has their abilities broken down by position group. This increases the level of depth and specialization each coach has. No longer is a coach great at recruiting across the board. Now, coaches will specialize in specific position groups, making your staff composition that much more important. Are you a quarterback whisperer? Are you great in the trenches and committed to the no-fly zone? How does your staff complement you? Climbing the coaching ladder. Your journey starts when you sign your first coach contract. When creating your dynasty, you will have the option to select whether you want to be a head coach, offensive, or defensive coordinator. Coordinators have performance expectations just like a head coach. All roles will have full control of recruiting and be able to play both sides of the ball during gameplay. Every time you start a new coaching job, you'll be asked to sign a contract with that school. The contract will have a set contract length and performance expectations. Failure to meet those expectations will result in bad things happening. School expectations are determined by the school's current team prestige and program standing. The better the school, the higher the expectations. These are the 4 types of contract expectations: win X amount of games, win a conference championship, make the college football playoff, or win a national championship. Your job security will fluctuate throughout the season based on the results of your games and whether or not you are trending towards meeting your contract expectations. For example, meeting expectations and winning 5 games at a small school will have significantly smaller impact than winning the SEC championship at a traditional powerhouse school. So let's talk about the coaching carousel. It says in College Football 25, we set out to recreate the chaos that is the college football coaching carousel, along with the domino effects it brings. Now, instead of happening over a single week, the coaching carousel takes place over the course of 5 weeks from conference championship week to the end of bowl season, just like the real world. The coaching carousel starts during the conference championship week. Schools decide to fire, extend, or let coaches' contracts expire. Coaches receive notifications if they're affected. Head coaches can also fire their coordinators. During bowl season, initial job offers are sent out. Coaches will be notified with a view job offers action if they have offers, or a generic coach carousel action if not. This allows them to see job offers and open positions nationwide. The carousel continues over weeks as school hires and poach coaches. New job openings emerge. Coaches can view job offers including preferences, previous coach changes, top candidates, and contract details. Accepting an offer keeps coaches with their current team until after the national championship game, allowing them to coach any bowl games. A countdown in the Dynasty Hub shows weeks until the job changes. New head coaches can manage staff and hire coordinators during the carousel. If coaches are fired or their contracts expire without a new job, they are placed on a new team after the national championship game. Level, scheme, archetype, pipeline, and coach prestige. If you want to pause the video and read what each one is, you can, but we're going to keep it moving so that this video doesn't get way too long. It says here it's also important to keep in mind the domino effect when you're evaluating whether or not to accept an offer. Just because a job isn't open today doesn't mean it won't be available next week. Now let's talk about managing your staff. As a head coach, you will have the opportunity to manage your staff and hire/fire your coordinators. Remember, the coach archetype system does not allow for you to be great at everything, making who you surround yourself with that much more important. Staff management is your opportunity to build your staff the way that you want in an effort to put yourself in the best position to succeed as a program. During conference championship week, you can fire coordinators, which is your only chance to do so unless they are hired by another school. Coordinators have a standard 2-year contract that auto-renews. If their contract is nearing its end, they might be poached by another school during the carousel, giving you a chance to hire a replacement. Starting from bowl week 1, you can hire new coordinators. You'll see a curated list of candidates tailored to your school's needs. Each candidate's current school, archetype, coach level, and interested schools are available. You can also review their talent tree to assess their fit with your staff. Offering a position doesn't guarantee acceptance. Each week, you can only offer 1 coach per position. After advancing the week, you'll know if they accepted. If not, you can offer another coach. If a position remains unfilled after the carousel, you'll automatically receive a coordinator suitable for your program's caliber. Build your program. There is no question that in today's world, roster management and talent acquisition are at the forefront of college football and building your program. Players can now transfer whenever they want, and they have expectations for you and your program. Some are looking to play early, others want to win a championship and play in big games.